alikho angilizwa. Kodlayo. Yithi. Kodlayo. Yithi. Yithi. Malala ndawonye. Aha.
Khangelani Zimbabwe yonihlotsisiwe ngezintaba nangemifu lebukekayo izulu kaline izilimo zande isebenzisena nabantu basuthekali busiswe ilizwe leZimbabwe
Asumurene. Namhlanje lihambile iqhawe lethu siyafisa ukuthi simbeke ngendlela uNkulunkulu afisa ubana bekwe ngayo. Mina ngangizwe ukukhuluma kakhulu ngaye ngoba futhi uhambile phambi kwethu ngendlela emangalisayo. Kodwa ngifuna ubana ngiqondise kancane amazwi kundodana yethu eyawusala iphethele umsebenzi. Eyawusala iphethele umsebenzi ukuze ukodwa yangalahlekelwa njalo kukodwa ekade vele kulandela ephila ngakho ehamba ngakho esidla ngakho esaziwa ngakho.
Kule trio lapha yamadoda amathathu kumele bayibone ama service chiefs kuhle. Kule trio lapha yamadoda amathathu ngubani umbona ababonayo lapho ngachaza gogo sukumuchaze masinyane ngokusheshisa bamelele wena lo president ufuna ukubona wena sukuma gogo. Oh my god, oh my god, ngingakakhulumi ngala madoda amathathu kulo mama nangu ya intombi emhlophe uMatebe Soseni nangu ya upointele ungikhangele enza kukhuluma uzavumelana nakho to the dot. I'm happy that the president is listening to me today. I will speak facts and truth. Why? Because the president himself spoke the truth. And that truth, absolutely truth, I will speak, standing here. There must be a reason. Why kula madoda lamathathu? Awu esandleni kanye nguso kule ndoda ezala mina. Leli liqhawe leli. Asiphuputhi. Leli liqhawe. Angifuna ungethusele futhi. Ngangethusela kuyaphambaniseka. Udili wadani uyachiya. Phasi la phezulu amafali ngani. Aphezulu anguba ngubo. Indoda ezala mina. Uthi kimi ngelilanga ngazibona ukuthi ngiyindoda ngawe mfana wami. Ngikwazi ukuthi wesitshona. Angikwazi wona uyakwazi. Nansi indoda ephakathi yasmile. Ismile namanje iyasmile. Nansi indoda ephakathi. Le phakathi ngubani le? Bathi idim nangapha. Bathi idiphe. Nami imile la. Nansi yale indoda ngale imile. Bathi ngubani lo? Bathi retired general. I-general ay-retire. General ay-retire. Remains general. Angikwazi ukuthi u-retired babe ngifakela. Discuss isele line lifundileyo. Thina siyaqhula phela. La ulento ababeyikhuluma okumele siyazi. My father was truthful to the point. doubt, no doubt. Wengasabi lutho, wengenza ama-appointment lo president. Ngitsho lo president oswaphumulayo arajimka wengenza appointment. Wayethi ngazothi uMaduna usekhona. Zonke izinto zazisima. One was an advice. Was an advice. People don't know. People don't know. Abantu kumele bakwazi khonokho. Was an advice to the presidents. He shall remain so. Benza bathatha bonke lamadoda one by one. What is isikhathi siyeza? Ngizathatha indoda ephakathi kuphela. Ngikhulume ngayo. Ngiyabonga mfana. Unkosikazi akakho la imoto ibhajiwe yathi ngqi isiyamthatha labafana bami abakho la yathi ngqi isiyamthatha. Yakharabula so. Umfana wami umama unkosikazi esethenga ama newspaper amathathu. Imali yashoda wathenga ama newspaper amathathu amadala. Kwaba lelinye newspaper elikamhla ka22 December. U22 December yini? Unity Day. Umfana wami uthi sekitchen uyeza uthi kule presidential trio. Kade kanti umfana lo uthini kule president. Udadewabo usithi hayi baba ukhuluma ngabangani bakathi umfana lo yahlanya ngaba labangani labadala. Ngalithatha lelo phepha. I read the speech of the president, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, through the Unity Day speech. Mangisibala siyakhuphuka. Look and sit, hey, I've been longing to hear sense all these years. Today I'm getting sense. Lalelani ngizakhubeka vela kusoze linstop. Angilasikhathi. Ngathi mina uyazi iMinistry of Information and Publicity. Hlaka 22 ama newspaper wonke egovernment yamhlaka 22 kumele abe free aphiwa abantu emabhasini lestarati. People are missing a lot. Kumele abe free. That is my special request, Mr. President. Nanko ngiyabuka. Ngalibali newspaper, the speech benza khuluma kube kude, the speech to me was very much amazing. Amazing. It was a miracle. I read it continuously. The speech was incisive. Hey, the speech was spectacular. The speech was scientizing. It was intriguing. Ngathi usazayona phapengayoni bakithathi angayidalutha ngasincancane uzayona angayona ngikabe ngisafunda kanje. It was mind boggling. No, it was mind bursting. Uyazi uthi ngafundani? Ngafunda ukuthi if you speak truth, the truth will liberate you. Let us bury the past. We are still held by the past. People are still clinging on the past. Bury the past. Bury the past for this country to move forward. Bury the past. This country, if we bury the past truthfully, the country, I tell you, will move forward. We are stuck on the past. We are stuck. We are stuck. We are stuck. We are stuck. We are stuck on the past. Let us bury the past. Ngathi nasi indoda asiyo Soweto kodwa ngathi nasi indoda esiNdebele. ukhuluma iqiniso elimgceke kodwa lokho esisala sibambelele okusemuva uzazi ufele khonapho ngingakuthuki ungabe isiphukuphuku sendoda abangizwayo bangizwa ngathi mina my father spoke his mind. He spoke his mind. Kwesikhathi ngalethe khuluma ngangisukuma ngenze ngathi semphathekile ngingafuni ukuzwa ukuthi uzawuthini ngoba indoda yayikhuluma kodlo yomnyama malala ndawonye mahlaba ithwale kodlo yomnyama malala ndawonye mahlaba ithwale kunzemnyama yakhala kwabhonsa kunzemnyama yabhonsa kwanyakazela unenge benza ukukhuluma kumele ngihloniphe abadala phela noma ngathi nyantshezi le indoda ebese kucineni kumele ngithi hatsha ngoba la ngizakhuluma ngayo ngelinye ilanga lapha kangiqedanga ngakhuluma unyaka yonke i10 ilithumi uthi insuku ezedluleyo uthi we are all mortals, retired general, we are all mortals. Ngoba iheadline yathi ngathi ye singaba lamadoda adlula ayi3 babe lichumi kuphela banele iqiniso kuphela izinto zizahamba straight ngoba ngomunye wabalichumi basasebalutshwana into zizahamba straight. Stand for truth, be brave for truth, don't be intimidated when you speak the truth. If you don't love people, you'll never speak the truth. You always speak lies. Those who know love, they will always be truthful. Those who love people, they will be brave and courageous. Bafana, nyaza abafana bathanda ukubhala kuphela ababhala into abangazaziyo. Bathanda ukubhala kuphela ngabelela so babhala kuphela balabanalyze babhala kuphela bathumeze. Bafana libhale lithumeze selibalile. Liyangizwa? Bafana libhale lithumeze selibalile. Lingaphonga ukubhala. Umdaka omnyama omhlophe ngamazinyo. Inkunzi emakhekhenene yabhonsa abavumi. Kuvuma bezizwe kuqala. Kwaye kwavuma abasekhaya. Intaba emahelele edlomodlomo. Umabona kude esiqongweni izizwe lezizwa. Inkonkoni yabehluli yehlule imizwathi kubulembu. Vezobuhle vezabezindlwana wediliwa da. Khokhozela njengenqina lisiyedlomodlo. Bathuma dabula jele kwabulawa. Yehlula belusa empumalanga. Phoso ibamba kanjani na? Abaqoqi bayo abasekho. Amabhungwane ayesaba. Uqhaqhwazo. Thumzilami awukho lapha. Ule empolombeni entshenteka. Imisebe engalandelwe. Bavumile bahebeleza usitsotso utsotile wela mathonga lasebomini bavumile bahebeze bavumele bahebeze ugodlayo uthi ngeke bayiqede ngeke ngeke bayiqede, ngeke bayiqede. Ugodlayo uthi ngeke bayiqede, ngeke bayiqede, ngeke. Izwi lokugcina. My president is listening now. Omunye umsekeli wabo okuqala uthi we are all mortals. Akekho ongunaphakade. Siyafa sonke eletha mazenduduze ngobhubhane leCovid. U-retired army general. He will cry. A retired colonel. Ukembu Mahatu uthi shun tribalism. Shun tribalism. Lezi zinto singazibamba noma kanjani sizakuma eqinisweni.
On behalf of the President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Comrade Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, and the leadership of the government of Zimbabwe, his two vice presidents, ministers, and others, and on behalf of the ruling party ZANU-PF, I have been sent here to pay condolences to the Maduna family. On Saturday, when the chief passed on, I was in Binga, and when I was told, I discussed with the president, who said I should come straight to Maduna homestead so that I could discuss with the family. So I came on Sunday to discuss with the family at this place. I was accompanied by the Minister of State, who was already here when I arrived. So was the MP, as well as the DDC, who has just said he was here. In the history of this country today, we are burying an exceptional man. It is rare to bury a chief, to bury a father, to bury an ex-detainee, to bury a traditional leader, and to bury a state-recognized chief, Chief Nkosi Maduna. The death of our esteemed chief is a hammer blow to the country and the traditional leadership institution, as he was the longest serving chief, having been officially appointed as a substantive chief on 27th August 1974. The traditional leadership is poorer without him. Government joins the clan, relatives, and friends in mourning the gallant son of the soil. Because Maduna did not take the secular regime oppression lying low. He was actively involved in the armed struggle from a tender age. In 1960, he joined the National Democratic Party. He was subsequently arrested in 1961 and appeared before the Filabuzi Magistrates Court facing charges of active participation in politics. He was charged under the Law and Order Maintenance Act, but he did not tire. And in the same year, he joined ZAPU. And I know how close he was to Father Zimbabwe, Dr. Joshua Nkomo, because he was also a liberator. In 1971, he was arrested again and accused of having held a meeting with Vought Moyo and Norman Mabena, and he was detained in Gwanda prison. In 1976, as a chief, he rejected the colonial rule settlement, and he was arrested together with Mseki Moyo, a veteran politician. They were detained at Gwanda prison and later transferred to Collenborn, and later on he was transferred and detained at Wawa, camp number 4. It is important that I keep on narrating the activities that our esteemed chief undertook to liberate this country. He was detained together with famous people, Elliot Mapenduka, Welshman Mabena, Makatini Guduza, Walter Mlambo, Tengani Guduza, Million Swanda, Mloiswa Moyo, and Esau Moyo. Chief Maduna was also detained at the following prisons: Shabani, Kami, and Rose Camp. He was detained until 1980 when the country got independence. because Maduna was indeed an illustrious son of the soil, we do not regard his esteemed position as chief as an opportunity to carry favors from the oppressors, but sacrificed himself together with his peers for the liberation of this country. He will be sadly missed, but his fighting spirit lives on. As our hard-won independence was declared in 1980, because Maduna surrendered the guns and took on a new type of warfare, which was directed toward the emancipation and development of rural communities. Chief Maduna served as the first chairperson of Insisa District Council between 1981 and 1983. As a young officer in government, I had the humble opportunity to train all the councillors in all the 53 district councils of this country. Before the government abolished the provincial councils, Chief Maduna was vice chairman of the Ndebele and South Provincial Authority. Chief Maduna was also elected member of the Central Committee of ZAPU until 1987. He was also a member of the Joint Central Committee until its dissolution after the Unity Accord that his son is referred to. The late Chief Maduna was also a member of the Land Tenure Commission, which toured Holland, Denmark, Botswana, and Kenya. Between 1985 and 2000, because Maduna was elected as a representative of Ndebele and South chiefs in the Senate. I want to tell the people gathered here that this is a total chief, a total leader, and a total hero. He could perform so many functions from his village up to national level. The Minister of State has already talked about the building of the Godrive Cultural Center, the construction of the Avoca Health Center, Avoca Secondary School, the construction of the Maduna Dam, the establishment of the Swazi irrigation scheme, and finally, he wanted to see the West Nicholson to Mberengwa road being tarred. In honor of him, we will accomplish the tarring of the road from West Nicholson to Mberengwa as he desired. Yesterday, I was able to call my colleagues, the Minister and Secretary for Transport, to say, please go and put a grader so that the people of Godrive can know that you have not abandoned them. This work will continue. For those who are gathered here, I want to assure you that what Chief Maduna's son talked about is real. We were all amazed by how the chief loved his family. On Sunday, I said whenever we were preparing for the National Council of Chiefs, and there are 36 of them, but in counting those who will end up eating, we counted 37 because Chief Maduna always brought his wife. Chief Maduna became friends of the president, our president, Comrade E.D. Mnangagwa. For those who will study history, you will know that that friendship is deepened during the succession of King Lobengula when he took over at Mhlathandlela, because the president's family was there. That history will not be obliterated. We want to salute the chief for having led his people towards the unity of this country. Today, we know that Chief Maduna was also a friend of the Defense Forces. We know that he was a friend of Vice President Chiwenga, as well as Vice President Mohadi. The last meeting we had together with those two in Bulawayo, I could see the friendship that existed between Chief Maduna and the leadership of this country. We salute the Maduna family and we grieve with you, and we know that the children who have been left and the people who have been left will miss you greatly. To Umama Maduna and the son who is now the new leader, because in our society, a chief never dies. He leaves somebody to take over. I want to go and indicate to His Excellency the President that we buried a hero. We buried a liberation struggle icon. We lost a chief, but we inherited a revolutionary in the name of his son. To the successor of the chieftainship of the Maduna clan, we want to join you as you lead your people into developing this area which your father so worked hard for. As government, we in the Ministry of Local Government always give something when a chief dies, and we have brought for the family whatever we give to every chief who dies. But whatever we have given is very little compared to what the president has given, because Chief Maduna has been declared to be a state-assisted funeral, and so the second gift comes from the office of the president and cabinet. Everything that we have given is now in the hands of our provincial development coordinator, who is here in Ndebele South, and we want to make sure that the family will receive from the president and from the ministry whatever has been given. And as usual, when we are burying a hero and a state-assisted funeral like this one, we will make sure we hand over the flag, the national flag, to the wife of the late chief, our late hero's wife. Mama, we thank you for keeping our chief, and we hope you continue working with your family in leading the people of God right. Thank you.
Siyakubonga mama ukuthi ubusebenza kahle ukamba nobaba kahle silethemba njalo uzaboloko usebenza ukuthi sigaba sakithi sikagodwayo sithuthuke.
I came here on behalf of the president. I was told to miss cabinet yesterday. Today I've been told to miss the Politburo, but I had to come here because I'm also a neighbor of this chief. When we were growing up, the grinding mills in Berengwa, here at Bikiman and Omasase, when they were not working, we came for grinding mill here at Avoka. And today I live with very strong feeling that this place is going to be well led, and will continue to be one people in one country, our Zimbabwe.
Ngikuphinda ngibone okuhle elihlo longibonayo kalisayi kungibona futhi ilihlo longibonayo kalisayi kungibona futhi lapho esangibona ngizakusuka njengeyezi nginyamalale ngizokusuka nginyamalale njengeyezi iphele kunjalo loyane endaweni yabafileyo kakhulu umoya wami. Sisukumenini boba. Ngilulwandle yini kumbe isilo? Ngilulwandle yini kumbe isilo solwandle? Ngikuphinda ngibone okuhle. likayise likamoya lendodana. Siyabonga uNkulunkulu leli thuba osiliphe lona Jehova. Kuyintando yakho siyenzakele emhlabeni nasezulwini. Umdalile uMaduna ngothuli lomhlabathi. Kodwa waba le secret number yokubizwa kwelanga lakhe besisamthanda sithokoza ngaye ngemisebenzi yezithelo zenyama abeyenza emhlabeni. Kodwa ubonile ubana sesebenzile makabonge lezi zitulo akade eziphiwa uNkulunkulu ezinengi zasemhlabeni ephiwa ihulumende niwasesizobonga enkonzweni waphapathizwa ezinto okuphila. Ngithi uNkulunkulu nangu sengena endaweni yakhe uzokulindela ukukhala kwethilongo njalo mhla kuvusa abafileyo ngegama lika Jesu Kristu. Amen. Zonke izinto zivumelekile kimi kodwa zonke izinto kazisizi. Zonke izinto zivumelekile kimi kodwa zonke izinto kazisizi. Zonke izinto zivumelekile kimi kodwa mina ngangila kubuswa lutho. Ukudla ngokwesisu lesisu ngesokudla. Kodwa uNkulunkulu uza kukuchitha kokubili. Ukulangatha ikhaya lasezulwini. Ngakho-ke kasidinwa loba umuntu wethu wangaphandle ebhubha. Umuntu wethu wangaphakathi wenziwa abe musha insuku zonke. Inhlupheko yethu elula yomzuzwana iyazivezela ubukhosi obungapheliyo. Obungela kulinganiswa ngoba kasikhangeli okubonwayo kodwa sikhangela okungabonwayo ngoba okubonwayo kungokwe sikhatshana nje kodwa okungabonwayo akula kuphela. Ngoba siyazi ukuthi uma indlu yethu yasemhlabeni idilizwa elidumba idilizwa sinesakhiwo esivela kuNkulunkulu. Sinesakhiwo esivela kuNkulunkulu. Eyindlu engenziwanga ngezandla engapheliyo esezulwini.
Libe lilolonga khona ngapho liqedisa Jamini
umthwakazi omuhle sihlangana ngenkathazo zenkosi yamaduna bajishona nothi namatambudziko. I'll speak in English because my Ndebele is on and off. So to be fluent, I'll speak in English, not Shona. But first of all, I want to say we are bearing a great man today here. And his greatness is known even by myself. I know you have stories about Chief Maduna. So as I stand up to say thank you, a vote of thanks, I want to emphasize the point that when I say Nkosi Maduna, as president of the Chiefs Council, and standing on behalf of all the chiefs in this country, and standing on behalf of all Avalisa in this country, and all Usobuks in this country, and our Sobuk we have over 80,000. I want to say, first of all, let me recognize the Deputy President of the Chiefs in this country, Chief Mchane Kumalo, Chief Masenu, the chair of this province. We have senators. I won't go name by name, but in this tent, there are several chiefs. And I want to thank them because the number of chiefs here that have come for this funeral is much higher than most funerals that we attend where we bury chiefs. This shows the importance and the works done by Chief Maduna. Almost the whole province of Mat South is here. And we are from Midlands. Chief Gwasera traveled from Midlands and is also here. This is a demonstration and testimony of who we are laying to rest. And I want to say, even for me, this is not my first time here. This is my third time here. The wife whom I'm now seeing behind, she seated here, whom I will shake hands with you at the right time, can confirm that Chief Charumbira has been to this, and there's a kitchen somewhere, a big kitchen, round one, where I would very clean, where I would sit and chat with Uncle Maduna. But I want to say thank you very much for coming, all of you. I want to emphasize the point that you have laid to rest a hero, a double icon. This man, as a traditional leader, was a great fighter. Defending traditional values and cultures. That's why he held cultural events national here, which I have also attended. And Chief Kumalo there, we have come to attend national events held here because of his passion to defend Ubuntu, to defend culture, to defend our values and identity. And I can bear testimony to that. So apart from he's a hero in the sense of defending us as Africans, he went to the extent of fighting, and this has been said before I arrived, that he was detained. For what? He went into detentions before independence, fighting again because of his zeal to make sure that we as Africans have our space, have our identity, and we preserve what we are. That's what I'm saying, is a double icon. And when I say thank you very much, I'm saying thank you very much for even exceeding the number of 30 by more than 50 times. Because you all of you felt that I have to be there. With Maduna, I have to be there. I have to be one of the 30. So all of you, you are one of the 30. It's a vote of thanks, so I'll be very short. But I can't finish without saying, this man, Maduna, you knew him here, Avoka. We worked with him in the National Council of Chiefs, of which I'm president. But when I became president of the National Council of Chiefs, he was one of those people who identified me and said, Charumbira should be president of Chiefs Council, Chief Maduna. He's one of them. And some of you may not even know him. Every day, up to today, whenever I saw me, Chief Kumalo said, yeah, you people, push more. Work. Please, yeah, you are doing all this. When we say today, chiefs started getting vehicles, which they are now they're by Isuzu. We started with a Mazda. 2004, we were with the Chief Maduna in the Chiefs Council fighting for a chief to be recognized and be given a vehicle. Remember him as one of those chiefs, even one of the leading chiefs, who would face government and say, we should be respected. We can't walk on foot. Chief Maduna, we should be respected. So even those chiefs who are coming today, being installed and getting these Isuzu, they should remember that a man from here in Isiza Avoka, called Chief Maduna, is one of those who pushed for chiefs to be driving vehicles today. Chiefs don't pay anything at the toll gates. All these things we fought when Chief Maduna was in the Chiefs Council. And I, even as president, I knew in the meeting of chiefs when I saw that an issue was very difficult, and some chiefs cannot even stand up to say to government, I would say, Chief Maduna, stand up and say something. Then you know it is done, it's finished. You know it's done, it's finished. You see, he would just speak as an elder. And he would not just demand, but he would stand as a father figure and say, right. I remember the former President Mugabe, when Maduna stood up, he would like lecture and teach him. Some chiefs cannot do that, but Chief Maduna would do that. I can go on and on. This land reform that we are talking about, land reform we are talking about, Chief Maduna was in the Chiefs Council 2000, 2013, when the issues were very hot. Very, very hot. That's the time he was in the Chiefs Council. And he's one of those who defended the land reform program. Those with the farms should know that from 2000, we had hot, serious meetings, which Chief Maduna attended and pushed. You are all aware that until 2013, he was the chair of this province, Mat South, chairing the chiefs. He's one chief who would have wanted, in politics they say die in office. He should have died also in office. But he died anyway in office because of being a Matai, Mafu, Godwayo. Those are more important offices, and he died in those offices. Anyway, can I say thank you very much to the government. Even the government, at this funeral, did something extra. We bury chiefs every week. But one thing that I want to share is that even the government felt compelled to respect Chief Maduna in a certain way that is extra. What has been done here is extra. Usually when a chief dies, government gives $1,500 US, which is split into 500 for a coffin, 500 for this, 500 for this. So here government gave the 1.5 as usual. But here government for this funeral gave an extra 5,000 US for this funeral. That is in recognition of the person that we've gathered for here. So thank you very much to government. Thank you very much to the Maduna family, the community, our traditional leaders, Amakos who are here. Thank you very much to everybody for gathering in such big numbers. And I'm saying, because you to and go well. You fought for the institution of traditional leaders. And you have left the chiefs today better than before you joined the Chiefs Council. Chiefs are now enjoying certain benefits that did not exist before he was in the Council of Chiefs.